Welcome to Algebra 2 CST release question number 2. It says, what are the possible values of x in this? We have the absolute value of 12 minus 4x equals 2. Very similar to number 1 that we just did. Think about this part right here as a single chunk or a single entity. And we know the whole thing altogether would either have to be 2 or negative 2 to make the absolute value of the whole thing equal to 2. So I explained that a little more in depth of why that works in number 1. Go back and review that one as needed. But right here, we're just going to have two possible equations. We've got 12 minus 4x equals 2. That could be true, or you could have 12 minus 4x being equal to negative 2. Both of those things, the absolute value of 2 and negative 2 would give you 2 in the end, what you're looking for. So from here, I would subtract 12 from both sides. I would get negative 4x equals, that would be negative 10. Divide by negative 4 to get x by itself. That'll cancel here and here. Negative divided by a negative will make a positive. You could reduce this to 5 halves. I can think of that as divide by 2 and get this. But that looks like our answers are in decimal forms. So it looks like I should write either 3.5, 2.5, or you can add the zeros in there too. The zeros are kind of negligible. But this would be 2 goes into 5 2 whole times with 1/2 left over. In other words, that's 2.5. And so it looks like this is one possibility. This is equal stuff, so really I can eliminate choices B and C. It's not going to be a range of values. This is something that's equal, not less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. So from here, we've got two separate problems here basically to do. We've got minus 12 from both sides here. This would be negative 14. You divide that by negative 4. Cancel, cancel. Positive right there, and that'll be reduced down to 7 halves. 2 goes into 7 3 whole times with 1 left over, so 3.5 or 3.5. You can think of it either way. And so it looks like they both turned out to be positive. Our answer should be choice D. If we at least check that mentally, 4 times 2.5 would be 10, and 12 minus 10 would be 2. The absolute value of 2 would be 2. So it checks that one. So I'll make a little check mark to remind myself that I checked that one. 3.5, I have 4 times 3.5 right here, would be 14. 12 minus 14 would be negative 2, and the absolute value of negative 2 would be positive 2. So, yep, those both check out. We are good to go. Ready to move on to number 3.